All right, as you know, on June 22nd, 2026, AWS quietly launched AWS Lambda MicroVMs. It's not a Lambda feature update, it's a new compute primitive sitting between your Lambda functions and EC2. So I've detailed and broke down everything that you need about AWS Lambda MicroVMs in the previous video. Please feel free to check that out. I'll make sure to provide the link to that video in the description box below or in the I button somewhere there. Okay, but on a high level, each micro VM is an isolated Firecracker VM with its own HTTPS endpoint running your code from a pre-built snapshot. And it's stateful as well. It can stay up to 8 hours, and you can suspend when it's idle, and you can resume it whenever there is a demand. So I tested it on the same week, and there are a few things that I found, and I wanted to share that with you on this particular video. Okay, what I've done is I've documented the entire process, the application code that I used, everything in this GitHub repository. So feel free to use this GitHub repository as a reference, and also make sure to refer the official AWS documentation for further read. Okay, so what I've done is I've created a simple app.py. So if you see here, it's simple HTTPS server written on Python. And if you see here, whenever I execute this, I'll get hello from Lambda MicroVM. Okay, so for this, the requirement is to have a Docker file created. So I've also created that from public ECR AWS Lambda MicroVM. So this is the official image for the MicroVM provided by AWS. So you should use that. And I'm using dnf install -y Python 3 and dnf clean all. And the working directory, I'm setting it to /app, and I'm copying the app.py file that I have. And I'm exposing port number 8080, and I'm using Python 3 app.py to run the application. So that's the simple command. That's the simple application that I've developed. So as a prerequisite, you can go ahead and use the AWS console, Lambda console, in order to demo this, or you can also use the CLI commands. So what I've done is, for this demonstration, we'll go via the UI or the console. And I've also provided the list of all the commands that you need in order to go with the CLI command. But one clause that I wanted to highlight here is that you need to update and install the latest version of AWS CLI. So if you're anything below 2.1 or something, it won't work, because Lambda MicroVM commands are updated on 2.35 and above. Okay, so you should have that. So go ahead, click on this link, install the installer, and you will be good to go. Okay, so I also assume that you have the AWS CLI configured on your local machine. If that is the case, you can go ahead and use the CLI commands. And for this demo, I will use the UI or the console to demonstrate this. Okay, so first thing we need to have is an S3 bucket where we will store these application artifacts. Now, what application artifacts are we storing? So like I mentioned, you need two things, app.py or Docker file. So it need not be app.py itself. It supports JavaScripts and other languages too. Just check out the documentation once, or check the previous video where I've given all the details. And you need to make sure to archive these files, Docker file and the app.py, create a zip file and upload it to an S3 bucket. So once you have that S3 bucket, so you can browse that S3 bucket in the UI itself and provide the artifact to the MicroVM so that it can pick that Docker image, run that image and create a snapshot. So whenever you create the MicroVM, so it will automatically pick up from the snapshot and it will start using that. So all these details are explained in the previous video. So please check out that and only come to this as a demonstration. Okay, so now let's proceed. So let's go ahead and create an S3 bucket. So I'll search for S3. So you can create a normal S3 bucket. So I'll go ahead and provide a name to my S3 bucket. So I'll click on create bucket. Create a bucket here. So I'll provide AWS MicroVM demo BKT TWY. You can provide any name. Okay. So I'm going to provide that. Scroll all the way down. You don't need to change anything else. Just click on create bucket. So once the bucket is created, so we'll go back to our Lambda console and see where exactly we can create the MicroVMs. Okay, so here we need to upload that zip file as well. So let me go ahead and click on upload, and I'll click on add files. So I have a document called Lambda MicroVMs demo, and I have archived these two things, Docker file and app.py into a zip file called app.zip. So I'm just going to click on that, open, and click on open. So it will be uploaded to your S3 bucket. So that is done now. Let's go back to the Lambda console. And here, if you see on the left hand side, just below this, you can also see micro VMs. So if you do not see this, make sure to be in the right region. So I've detailed as to where exactly these micro VMs are present at the moment. So in those regions only you can play around with this. Okay. So make sure to be in North Virginia region, that is preferred, or be in Tokyo if you're in Asia Pacific, Japan. Okay. So here, if you see, we need to create the number one thing is micro VM images, and then we can create the VMs. So first let's click on micro VM images. So here also it details as to how you can do it. So first step is to create a micro VM image and then run the micro VM image, and then you also use the micro VM. So that's how you do it. So let's go ahead and create one. So I'll click on create. So provide a name to this. I'll just say demo, AWS micro VM demo. I'll provide the same thing in the description as well. So let's just copy that. Instead of this, I'll just say image, because we are actually creating an image. So you should not change the base micro image, because that's the one that we used in our Docker file as well. Use always the latest one. That should be fine. Instance size, you get these options for now. So you can select any of these. For now, I'll go with 1 vCPU. That should be fine. And you can select the code configuration right here. You can just click on browse S3 bucket and select the S3 bucket which we created in the previous step and the zip file that we actually created. So I'll just choose one. And if your application code has got some environment variables, you can provide the details of the environment variables here. And you can also configure the micro VM lifecycle hooks. So if you do not know what's the lifecycle hook, check out the previous video. You'll understand what we are talking about. So you can provide the port number of your application. You can also provide when to run, when to resume, when to suspend, what's the maximum timeout configuration, when do you want to terminate. All these things are configurable. Okay. So for now, I'm going to skip this. Just uncheck this box. We are not touching any lifecycle hooks. And I am asking the image build configuration to create a default role. So I'm good with that. And logging is optional, but let's by default go with /AWS Lambda MicroVMs, and the name of the image will be used. So this will create a default CloudWatch log group where you can go ahead and check the response in the logs. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. I'll click on create. So it will take 2 or 3 minutes for the image creation if you're doing it for the first time. So I'll come back once the state is active or ready. While it is getting created, I wanted to highlight the numbers behind this. So image build is taking about approximately 3 minutes, and the launch of an API call is taking about 1.1 seconds, and the time to run a micro VM, it's about 12 seconds. The first request from the snapshot is taking about 911 milliseconds. Warm request latency is about 340 milliseconds, and if you suspend the micro VM and resume it, it's taking about 1.86 seconds. So this numbers might change depending on your application and the size of the VM. So make sure to check out and benchmark all of these before running any of your production workload. So just wanted to highlight that. So if you see here, it is still creating. So once this is created, let's go ahead and create the actual micro VM, and then we will execute the code. Okay. All right. So if you see here, the state is now created, and you can actually go ahead and use this image in order to create a micro VM itself. So let's say you make any changes to this, a new version will be added, and you can see the versions right here in the console. And you can also see the micro VMs that are using this particular image, and you can also monitor it in the CloudWatch. You can just click on CloudWatch and it will show you the details of the logs about this. Okay, so this is how you use it. So I'll go back here. I'll just go to micro VM image, one step back here. So let's go ahead and create the micro VM now. So I'll just click on micro VM. So I'll say run a micro VM. So in the base micro VM image, we need to select the one that we created in the previous step. The version, right now we only have one version, so I'm going to select that. Execution role, if your if your requirement is to call any other services in AWS, then you need to have a role created and provide the right policies in order to use those services. If not, you can go with no role, because this is a service, it's an HTTP service, and it is not calling any other AWS services. So that should be good. And if you want to check, you can also check the operational settings, like you can also set the ideal policy, logging, that will go to the default CloudWatch logging, and run hook payload. So if you have a payload that needs to be sent, you can provide that. You can also provide additional configurations like ingress. If you want to access into it, you can also go with shell. So you can actually use the auth token to log into that and get the things going. And this is internet facing, and if you want AWS Lambda network connectors, you can go ahead and do that. So I'll make sure to create more videos on this in future. For now, just go ahead and select the options that you are comfortable with. So I'm just going to go with this, and I'll click on run. So this should be pretty quick. So it should be done within few seconds. So if you see here, the MicroVM is now running. So now what we have done is we have used the image to create a MicroVM. But with that MicroVM, how do you know that your application is actually running, right? So to do that, what we can do, first we need to create an auth token. So you can send a curl request to this using the auth token that we generate, and you can actually fetch the data or run the application and see if it works or not. So let's do that. So I'll click on this. So I'll just keep it for 15 minutes. And as my application is going to use port number 8080, so I'm going to add that here. But if your application is not using any port, so you can ignore it. So I'm just going to create this. Okay, so the auth token will be automatically copied to your clipboard. So go back to the code. So I have a file called command.txt. So paste the token here. Okay, and you also need to grab the endpoint. So where do you get the endpoint? So it will create a unique URL for you. Every MicroVM will get a unique URL. And it's going to end with US East 1 or region.on.aws. So just copy this. So I'm going to paste that here. So if you remember, my application is going to send what? What will be the response of my application? So if you just look at my app.py, it should send hello from Lambda MicroVM. Okay, so we have generated the payload now. So let's go ahead and send the request. I'm just going to create this. I'll just paste the things that we copied, the curl request. But if you prefer to use any third-party tools like Thunder Client or Postman, go ahead and use it. But for me, the curl command suits really well. So I'm just going to hit enter and see what's the response. So in parallel, if you do not get the desired output, you can also go back to your CloudWatch logs, check what is the issue and things like that. Okay, so let's also try to do that. So I'm just going to go here. Let's go to CloudWatch. Let's check the logs, right? So we'll understand what's happening there. Okay, so I'm inside my CloudWatch now. So this is also going to help you how to debug the MicroVMs if there are any issues, right? So if you go to your logs, log management, you should see this AWS Lambda MicroVMs. This is the default log group which AWS will create automatically. So let's get in there. So you have one log stream. So click on that. You will actually see the Docker image getting built, and it's also going to start that from the scratch. If you see here, it load the build definition from the Docker file. It loaded, it went through the steps. It first grabbed the public image that we used. That is done. Then it ran these things, and it goes step by step, just like how we build our Docker file. So that is how it follows, and you can see there are other streams of logs that you can also see here. If you see here, it named Docker image as well and things like that, right? All right, I understood what was the issue. I did not add this https://. It was just this endpoint, so that's the reason why it was failing. So now let's go ahead and send this. You should see the response. Yeah, you see this? So now let's go ahead and see. Okay, so I actually suspended the MicroVM. So let's resume it. I was testing something, and that's the reason why I exactly removed it. So now what I'll do is I'll just clear the screen, just rerun the same thing. So I'll just paste this one and see. Yeah, if you see here, message hello from Lambda MicroVM, and it's uptime the request served so far and things like that. So you can test it one more time and there you go. You can also see the request served and things like that, right? So this is how exactly you can use Lambda MicroVMs in order to build your use case. Because the first issue that I encountered, I wanted to clarify, is that I did not add this HTTPS. As this is a curl request, it will go via HTTP, so it is not having that. So that's the reason why it was not throwing any error or any output. The second one was that I suspended the micro VM, so it was not accepting any requests. So that's the reason why we didn't get any response. Now, once we resume the request or the micro VM, so once we send the request, we are getting the response back, and we can also check that in the CloudWatch logs. So if I refresh it, or you might also see a new log stream. If not, okay, so let's go here. Okay, so that is something related. The log stream that you're seeing is related to the image itself. But if you want to actually see the logs of the micro VM, so you could actually create a new log stream and stream the logs into that. What happens with your application, everything can be analyzed using the log groups for that particular micro VM. All right, so this is what I wanted to cover in this particular video. Let me know what use case you will be targeting to build using the micro VM. I've already developed one product using this Lambda MicroVM, and I'll hopefully share that in few days. So let me know what you think, and if you're liking the content that I'm creating, please consider subscribing and share it with your friends. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.